All right, Coach Tony, Risling Podium Performance, and now that Squattober is over, this week I ain't squatting. My legs still need a little rest. Yeah, I'm 4 days since the last squat workout that I did, and my quads are still having a little bit of lingering soreness going on. Knees feel great, ankles feel great, calves feel great, back feels great, but the quads, they still need some rest. So this whole week, no squats for me, which is good. It was planned out this way to kind of recover, which in theory, that's going to allow me to actually see an increase, not just in strength, but strength endurance, and in a perfect world, maybe a little bit bigger legs to go with it as I recover and get the compensation, super compensation coming from that. I should actually talk a little bit in the future on the general adaptation syndrome from Hans Serli, the exercise physiologist who really coined the term of the stress response. But I digress. Today's workout is just going to be some traps and abs. That's it, that's all. It's not going to be anything elaborate. It's just going to be some simple trap and ab exercises. Going to be starting off barbell shrugs and some hanging leg raises. Just a little bit of fun in a way. Just quick, a little bit higher volume on some of it, and enjoy it. So if you like this type of content and you enjoyed watching me suffer throughout Squattober, take a moment now to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below with any questions, qualms, queries, or conundrums, as well as just some comments. Anyways, let's get into it. All right, so for the shrugs, I'm going for sets of 20, which is why I grabbed the straps. I don't want my grip to even be thought about here. And then the hanging leg raises, also going to go with 20. So here, I'm just going up and down, just focus on good squeeze at the top, stretch at the bottom. All right, so with these shrugs, as I was saying, I'm really focused on just getting a nice stretch through them and then pulling the shoulders up nice and high. I always find it funny, the facial expressions that shrugs kind of cause as your neck muscles are being kind of pulled. And then the hanging leg raises. So here, one thing I'm noticing that I noticed and I could feel was one leg was kind of coming up a little easier than the other. That could be some residual soreness or just some tightness that I gotta work out a little bit. I'm just hanging, both hands are pronated. From a chin-up bar here. And yeah, it's just get a good little feel for it and keep going. And then with the shrugs again, so the reason I'm using the straps is so that I'm not even thinking twice about my grip. It's only 225 pounds. It's just the total cumulative time that holding on. And one thing that I did notice is having not done these for a couple months, I think the last time I did them was June or July. Oh, wow, could feel a little faster than expected. And then the last bit of the hanging leg raises. So I have a note coming after some commentary on why it looks like I'm actually swinging my legs back, if you see. And that just gives me a nice little stretch, plus gives a little bit better range of motion overall. As I improve on these and whatnot, I'll be aiming to get my legs higher and higher. This is just good for today. So when I'm doing the hanging leg raises, at the bottom, I'm almost intentionally trying to swing my leg back behind me for two reasons. One, more stretch through the abdominals, and two, it works as a counterbalance. It actually kind of stops me from swinging. When I don't do that and I just stop perfectly up, straight up and down, I end up swinging a bit more. So by doing this, it creates that little bit of a counterbalance swing. And when I bring my legs back up, I keep my center of mass somewhat in the same spot. So I'm kind of rotating around a fixed point that's kind of like in space, that would be here as I fold. And then when I come back, my midsection is going to be right where that fixed point is. That's the reason why I'm kind of trying to force a stretch at the bottom to the back. One thing I noticed there is, yeah, my grip started to give out on the hanging leg raises, but part of that was I was kind of swinging a little bit at the top. Now we get some more stuff in. All right, so next I'm going to be doing some dumbbell shrugs. I'm going to be going, again, 20 reps, but each time I'm looking to pause at the top and actually squeeze it. Whereas like with the barbell shrugs, with the being in front, yeah, you're kind of trapped in a spot where you're a little internally rotated. This way, with my size, I'm actually able to get a little bit more range through my traps, as well as by doing it with the size, there's nothing really impeding where it's going. Like in a perfect world, okay, I'd be doing standing barbell shrugs with a barbell in each hand. Would be the perfect way, or getting the trap bar out to do it. But today I'm just keeping things nice and simple. I haven't done shrugs since, if we go back and look, it's probably June or July. So they're whooping me a little bit, but yeah, here we go. Oh, and then after this, I'm gonna be doing like the dragonfly thing, basically just controlling the eccentric component for the most part for the abs. You'll see. So here it's just up, hold, up. Yeah, so dumbbell shrugs, these are a fun time. As I mentioned previously here, because it's at your side, you're not going to have your legs getting in the way. You're able to get a little bit more range of motion. I always find I get a better stretch this way. I don't need as much weight after having done the barbell ones. So here I'm really focusing just on that feel. You know, the good old bodybuilding thought process of the mind-muscle connection. That's all I'm really focusing on here, is squeezing the traps. Then these, I can never remember the name of these. I just know that they suck, especially after doing hanging leg raises. So here I'm aiming to pike up a little bit and keep tension on the abs, which is why I'm trying to straighten out the legs. So I got some work to do here, having not done abs in a direct ab work in a couple of months. I now see, okay, yeah, I got a weakness here that I gotta work back out. Then we get into doing some more shrugs. So one of the comments that I was saying here that didn't actually come through properly audio-wise was that, yes, I'm wearing a sweater today because it's damp and cool feeling, and I just didn't feel like turning on the block heater just for the quick workout. And as I warmed up, it felt all right. I was, to quote myself, I was feeling cozy in the sweater. Things just felt kind of good, so why mess with that? It kept me warm during the workout without any added dryness in the air or just that weird winter heating feeling. Then we do more of these, I think they're just called dragonflies or dragon flag things. I'll look up the actual name of them one of these days. But these are intense for your abs because, yeah, you actually concentrically contract them and then eccentrically, and there's an iso hold in a way as well. One thing that I got to work on here is at the bottom having a little bit more control right at. All right, so next just going to be some wood chops. So high to low cable. I just got 45 pounds added, so it's like 70 pounds, 2-to-1 ratio, so it's like 40 pounds or whatever. Big thing with this is I'm doing it from the side so that getting full range with it. So starting here where my obliques are fully stretched and turned, and as I come down, I'm contracting and twisting as well as also doing a bit of a crunch so that the full abdominal as well as obliques all get worked. With these, I always aim to go a lot more explosive on the way down. So you're here and it's just boom, trying to go quick and then control on the way up. I'm going to be doing 12 on each side with this. So yeah, and yeah, as you're doing this, your foot is going to end up pivoting a bit. So just here and then bang, up and then bang. As soon as it's up there, go. It's like coiling up, then explode. And yeah, all I'm really focused on here is I'm trying to explode across so that my obliques are really firing nice and hard. So if you just finished watching the World Series, this is an exercise that would be good for anyone in any kind of rotational sport, whether it's baseball, you're in golf, you're doing any racket sport, or just general health in general, so that you're able to twist much more healthily. You're strong in that position and in that movement. I like these because I get the whole core kind of twisting at the same time. Yeah, so these are just something I like to do for fun, really. And chopping wood, what guy doesn't like that? All right, so that's everything for today's abs and traps workout. Nothing special, just having a little fun with it, throwing in a couple different exercises and angles, 2 for the traps, 3 for the abs, obliques, so 2 directly for the abdominal rectus, so what you see, the 6-pack, and then 1 a little bit more leaning into the obliques, just having a little bit of fun with it. So this week is a rest week after doing Squattober to get a little bit of active recovery, a little bit more restoration, especially in the legs. The rest of the body, just going to do a little bit of work, nothing substantial, and just having fun with it for the most part. And then next week, next Wednesday, I'll be arriving in Phoenix for the Kinetic Chain Enhancement course with Michael Pellegrino. So if you want to learn Kinetic Chain Enhancement, this is the same thing that Mike taught Charles Poliquin that he then taught around the world. Go to the link in the description below for the Kinetic Chain Enhancement course and sign up. We've only got 3 spots remaining. It's going to be in Phoenix from the 13th to 16th, and we look forward to seeing you there. My post-workout is going to be the usual: a scoop of ATP Labs grass-fed whey, a half scoop of green spread whole food mix, and 5 grams of creatine monohydrate from Clean Athlete. If you want to get 10% off an order from ATP Labs, go to the link in the description below for atplabs.com and use code RISLING10. That's RISLING 10 at checkout. That's all for today. Coach Tony, Risling Podium Performance. Embrace your potential.